Really, George? Really? Come on, you can't be in there. Alright, so I apologize for the ridiculous reflection here. Let's see if you can see this. This tank is desperately... Okay, I'm gonna have to turn off some lights, be right back. So there is a massive glare on this tank that I can't seem to get off. It's probably the way the light's positioned. But it's the goldfish tank, and it desperately needs a canister filter maintenance day. So today I'm going to be taking apart the canister and checking to make sure there's no clogs, and it's probably time to change the media. So today I'm going to do some maintenance on the, it's a Penplex Cascade filter. Today I'm going to be checking to make sure the media is still good in it, changing out some filter floss, and yeah, just getting this back up to speed because this tank has shown signs that it is time to do so. So, let's get to work. Alright, so I'm actually not going to use this in the Penplex. I'm going to save it for the actual filter it goes to, which is on the 29 gallon. And instead I'm just going to keep the coarse sponges that are in there. I'm just going to gently swish them around just to unclog them a little bit, but not remove too much bacteria. And then I'm going to put fresh filter floss in there, which is the Hygger filter floss that we're trying today, which again was sent to me. But this is the only thing in this video that's sent to me, and you are going to be getting my honest review. I value honesty. So yeah, but we're going to be cutting this to the size of the tank, to the size of the filter, and we're gonna give this a test. Oh my gosh, look at this. Guys, get away from there. Oh dear. Okay.
Get out of there. No, don't eat that. That's disgusting.
So I'm going to take a piece of this and cut it to the size of the tank. Why do I keep saying that? Cut it to the size of the filter. So give me 1 second. All right, and that should be what I need. I want to put one at the top of the filter too, just to keep more of these fine particles from getting in the water. So I want to do that because I see that I didn't have one at the top, which I often do, but I configure my filters in all sorts of different ways, so I guess I didn't this time. So here's my 2 for that. Actually, I might cut one more. All right, so the nice thing about having like an actual thing for the other filter is I can just take this out, and then I'm not going to touch it without washing my hands right now before getting in that tank, but I can just take this out and cut it to match this, and you know it'll fit in your filter. So for now, I'm going to put that back in here. Set that aside, and let's get to configuring this filter and cleaning it. So this is one of my absolute least favorite things to do in this hobby, is maintenance on canister filters. It's such a pain. And I can never do it without spilling a lot of water. So first we have to shut these valves so that the water stays in those tubes. All right, so here comes the fun part. Okay. Oh my goodness, this thing is filthy. It needs a serious bath. You know what? I'm gonna wipe that down before I do this. That way none of this dust gets into the filter. Now the nice thing about these Penplex filters is they're very, very easy to do maintenance on, to get into. It only took me forever to find a filter that I wanted for my goldfish tank. you go grab a bucket. Okay, Jasper's there again. Whoops! It's okay. Fun here. But as we know, this contains a lot of the beneficial bacteria, so you need to be careful when you do this. You don't want to put it under, like, when you rinse it off, don't put it under tap water or anything. But yeah, we're gonna get in here and see how nasty this is. I mean, it is housing goldfish that I rescued when I quit working at one of the chain pet stores. So they were feeders. I've had them for a long time now. Well, I wanted to get them in a pond, but one of them developed a neurofibroma, and now I'm afraid that it's something that, like, say they go out in a pond and God forbid something gets them and manages to spread something. I doubt that would happen, but I don't want to take any chances, so I guess I'm just going to be keeping them in this tank for now. Now, if I could set up a pond and have it covered and everything, that could be an option, but for now they're staying in the tank. So, just because. And feeder fish are raised so poorly, I don't know if they're carrying anything really bad, you know? So, anyways. But yeah, I used a lot of lava rock in mine. That's one of my favorite things to use. Drink that? That's disgusting. I caught her drinking the water. Okay, so I actually put tank water in here because that'll probably stress the bacteria out a lot less than even like treated tap water, because this is exactly what it was in. So, ooh. All right, here's basket 2. Woo! So we're taking care of a bunch of kittens right now, so I'm gonna walk away for 2 seconds, and I know I'm gonna regret this. Okay, so that was easy. You can just tear it to fit around here. Or you can cut it if you want to be a little cleaner with it, but I just tore it. Alright, so I have the Hygger Floss there with some activated carbon underneath of it, and the brand I'm using is just something, the Aquatech from Walmart. I use this in my saltwater tank too, so it's easy. Just fill up your carbon bags and you're good to go. Alright, so before you put the lid back on, you want to make sure everything's lined up correctly. And I want to check to make sure there's no clogs in here too. Yummy. Okay, so yes, I have that lined up correctly. Make sure the water's filled up in here enough if you didn't need water changing. Okay, so open those valves back up. I will check back in when this clears up somewhat. So recently I reviewed this backpack filter from Hygger, and something else I realized is if you want to water your plants, and you want to water them with nutrient-rich water, all you have to do, get a little water out of the filter, find a plant that needs watered, and water it with your nutrient-rich water. Alright, and after all that was done, here you can see there's still quite a glare, but you can definitely tell that the tank is clear. So, filter maintenance day went well, and my tank is nice and clear again. So I'm gonna use this Hygger floss in my other filter too, my other canister, and I will probably upload that in a short instead of a long form video. So stay tuned for my next video. I'll see you later, guys. Bye bye. Man, I wish I knew somebody that needed to seed their tank, because some of that beneficial bacteria that I unfortunately had to get rid of when cleaning the filter, that would have been so nice to seed somebody's tank.